We are never idle, transforming bumps on snow-packed trails into goosebumps. The roar of our engines unites global adventure seekers. A new dawn is here, pumping unfiltered yellow blood and adrenaline through our veins, leaving us speechless, breathless, and hungry for all the ways to get more passion out of every moment. This is a call to defy the unknown. The path we're on isn't on snow or ice. It's only found in the souls of those who ride with us. We never ride alone, no matter where the day takes us. The sun never sets on the rush that we ignite together. On the highest peaks, in the deepest canyons, when there's no one around for miles, we are united with those who threw away the map and said, "Let's ride." So hold on tight. Let's show the world how our drive for adventure is unstoppable.
Hello everyone, welcome to our Club BRP 2025. Thank you all for joining us for this virtual event. I know you are eager to learn more about the new products we are going to introduce today. We have continued to raise the bar on innovation so that our product delivers memorable experience. Stay tuned, more to come shortly. A few days ago, we've closed the book on 2023. A solid year from a result perspective, considering the complex macroeconomic environment. Increasing interest rate and inflation have been putting pressure on consumers and also on you and on us as well. In the second half of the year, we experienced softer demand in our international market and to a lesser extent in North America. Therefore, we are proactively adjusting our product volumes and slowing down shipment for the next few quarters. It's the right thing to do to protect our dealer value proposition. The fact that we are agile and resilient will allow us to make additional adjustments if needed. That said, we remain focused on our long-term goals. BRP is very well positioned today and for the future. We are a strong, independent company. We are winning around the world, and we have become the #1 powersport OEM. 1 out of 3 vehicles sold around the world carries the BRP logo. 1 out of 3. This is something that I'm extremely proud of. It was an objective of mine 20 years ago when I became CEO, and we did it together. Let's highlight some of our key achievements of the past year. BRP was recognized by Time magazine as one of the world's best companies of 2023. What makes this recognition so special is the fact that it is based on employee satisfaction, corporate social responsibility, performance, and revenue growth. Speaking of corporate social responsibility, I want to share with you some key accomplishments. Last November 17, we held our second Yellow Day in support of our Ride Out Intimidation program. We rallied our employees, ambassadors, riders, partners, and you, our dealers and distributors, to take a stand against intimidation. Thanks to all of you who joined us, and if you didn't, I count on you for next November. In total, last year, we donated $3.6 million in support of Ride Out Intimidation. We also continue making strides with our Responsible Rider program to protect the future of our industry. We must protect our playgrounds by educating riders on how to ride respectfully. To do so, we have concluded partnership with different organizations, including Tread Lightly. In the coming months, as a result of this collaboration, online training will be offered to our dealer network. It's all about ensuring our next ride is as good as the last. I count on you to participate. 2023 was a very good year for our iconic Can-Am brand. We celebrated its 50th anniversary. 50 years since the first Can-Am motorcycle was introduced. We cannot wait to bring our new electric motorcycles, the Pulse and the Origin, to your showroom. In ATVs, we introduced a new Outlander platform. And last but not least, in side-by-side, we've launched the Maverick R, which take the rider experience and performance to a whole new level. I am proud to see how Can-Am has become the brand to be. I would like to say a few words on marine. We are currently taking advantage of the boat show season with our strongest presence ever. We started the year on a positive note as Boating Magazine chose our Manitou Explore Max with dual Rotax engine as Boat of the Year in the pontoon category. As you know, we had supply and production issue last year. All of this is behind us, and we are now ready for the upcoming season. Lastly, we remain committed to the electrification of our product lines, and our team are actively working on the product of the future. As a reminder, we have about 300 engineers and technicians in Canada and Austria dedicated to these projects. I had the chance to try many of the prototypes in the last few months, and trust me, the products are going to deliver exciting experience. We ended the year with a very special moment in our history. In December, we celebrated BRP 20th anniversary. It was fun to celebrate with our employees and with all of you to remind ourselves of how far we have come. I want to thank our passionate employees for always rising to the occasion and being great BRP ambassadors. And I want to thank you all for being by our side on our journey. In our 20-year history, we have never shied away from change or from developing cutting-edge products. Since 2003, we have invested $3.5 billion in R&D. You can rest assured that we will continue to push technology and innovation. In conclusion, as I said earlier, we are the #1 powersport OEM. We will continue to make bold moves to grow our market share, conquer untapped markets, and change the name of the game again and again. I want to sincerely thank you for your trust, for your commitment, and for representing our brands with so much passion day after day. Before leaving the floor to Sandy Scullion, I want to say a few words on the recent changes that we have made to our leadership team. In order to create more synergies and provide our teams with greater focus, we have decided to combine our powersport and marine under one leadership. As you know, Sandy was appointed to the position of President Powersport and Marine. I want to thank Bernard Guy for everything that he has done for Marine. He will return full-time to his role of Executive Vice President, Global Product Strategy. And now, please welcome Sandy Scullion.
Hello and welcome to Club BRP 2025. Great to be back with you once again to get you revved up for the season ahead with fresh news in our Can-Am, Skidoo, and Lynx lineups. As Jose mentioned earlier, my team has been expanded to include the marine business. This will provide deeper accountability and focus in order to our brands and our dealers as we can. I'd like to turn to our CEO for just a moment. I'll never tell you this off, but he was really CEO of the year, most esteemed and widely read newspaper, the Globe and Mail. They selected Jose from an impressive list of contenders for the unique blend of long-term vision and undying enthusiasm for power sports that he has brought to the table every day for the past 20 years as our CEO. From forging a new path for this massive vehicle called BRP in the very first days we became a standalone company back in 2003, to leading us through the uncharted territory of a global pandemic, to driving us into the future with EV innovations and beyond. He has never taken his eyes off the road for 1 second. Congratulations, Jose, on earning this distinguished award. And we know you share Jose's enthusiasm for power sports too. Whichever BRP product is your ride of choice and whatever or wherever you call your favorite playground, we are always up for the adventure. But as you all know, in every adventure, you're bound to come across a few obstacles. What matters most isn't the obstacles, but how you react and adjust to overcome them so that you can keep moving forward. I've been in the business for almost 30 years, and I've known many of you for almost that long. But when it comes to really putting my finger on the pulse of our dealer network, I rely on what we call the dealer NPS, or Net Promoter Score. If you've ever taken one of our dealer pulse surveys, you'll be familiar with this well-known metric. It uses a single survey question and a simple formula that subtract the number of dealers who feel neutral or less satisfied with our performance, from the ones who feel very satisfied to give us an overall score. And while it hurts to say it, our score with you is at an all-time low. From inventory issues to hurdles with our system upgrades, PA&A logistics, invoicing, and more. The recent NPS results speak loud and clear about how you feel we're performing as your partner. And we're not proud of these results, but believe me, we're on it. Regaining your trust in our business operations is our top priority. That said, we're all feeling the shift in customer shopping habits post-pandemic. The staycation phenomenon is over. The fear of missing out has faded, and traffic has slowed down. Now, despite our retail sales being well above pre-COVID, with inventory turns at a similar level, current interest rates and weaker than expected consumer confidence are putting added pressure on everyone's finances. And as Jose mentioned, based on these trends and your feedback, we're taking action to help get your inventory back to healthier levels to ensure we can kick off model year 25 with a whole shot next fall. We're also redoubling our efforts to support your retail. We're rolling out modernized forecasting tools, which you'll feel more in the coming months. And at the same time, we are turbocharging our marketing efforts by injecting record levels of consumer engagement dollars to drive more shoppers through your doors. And this is where you come in. The last 3 years have not been a reference when it comes to measuring our retail performance. Plus, you've probably realized that the majority of your salespeople were hired during times of higher demand. So, like I'm telling my teams, the party is over. And that means we need to be much smarter and much more disciplined in creating and converting our leads into profitable sales. Last mile also important to celebrate what we've accomplished together. Jose referred to BRP being the world's #1 power sports OEM. But what we're even more proud of is that we are #1 in your dealerships. But the Can-Am brand has now become a clear contender for the #1 position in off-road worldwide. We predict this tipping point is going to happen sooner rather than later. Together, with your support, we will make it happen. Our dealers have become a true retail force to be reckoned with, and your investments in your retail environments, fixed operations, and new infrastructure are at a record high, making our brands shine like never before. What you're doing is building resilience in order to face whatever headwind stands in the way of our growth. Make both of our businesses even more successful in the long run. As you're making investment choices every day, and while we're at this crossroads between overdemand and oversupply, always remember which OEM truly cares about your success. Speaking of investments, the winners of our 20th anniversary contest will soon be traveling to our factories in Valcourt, Quebec, and Gunskirchen, Austria, where they will get to see firsthand the investments we are making on our side to support our collective growth. Congratulations to all of the winners. I know some of you are in the audience today. We will never stop investing in the future, with groundbreaking product lineups across our portfolio and more to come. What you're about to see are BRP's very first Model Year 25 product launches, and we hope you're as excited about them as we are. As always, we couldn't achieve any of this without you. Thank you for your belief in us and in our brands, and for continuing to partner with us on this adrenaline-filled adventure. Now, let's kick off the product launch with some news from Can-Am. Enjoy the club.
Hey everybody, hope you're all geared up because it's time to get this show on, or maybe should I say off the road. Can-Am off-road vehicles have been forging new paths for almost 20 years. And as our Can-Am family has grown, so has the sheer size of our vehicles. Just look at a 2011 Commander next to a 2024 Defender Max. No comparison. We're always pushing the limits. So we thought it was time to do the same thing with our track kits. Apache has been the go-to track system for close to 2 decades already. That's right. Our tracks have been helping riders reach the unreachable for almost as long as the Can-Am off-road segment itself. So it's time for an evolution. The next generation of Apache track kits has just rolled in, and it's going to open up a whole new world for off-road riders. Introducing the new revamped 2025 Apache XC and XCLT track kits. Now, it's easier than ever for Can-Am owners to discover all the benefits more traction delivers. As you can see, the DNA is still pure Can-Am. One look is all you need to know. These are Apache tracks, but now with impressive new specs and an awesome updated look. We made sure these ones have all the bells and whistles. So, wherever you need to go, from the back 40 to the sugar shack to your secret ice fishing spot, the new all-season Apache XC track kits are custom engineered to get you there. Here's how. First, we beefed up the tread design and added a taller, more aggressive lug with a unique pattern to deliver better traction, acceleration, braking, and turning, even when you're cutting across a mountainside. And the track is now wider too, to help you float over snow like it's nothing. You'll be able to crawl over bigger obstacles thanks to huge ground clearance. Perfected geometry and wheel spacing means you'll enjoy more precise steering with less effort to keep all your exploring right on track. I could go on, But I'm going to let one of our favorite Can-Am riders share his first impressions on what it's like to go adventuring with the all-new 2025 Apache XC tracks.
Hey Can-Am Nation, Oscars are here, giving you my first impressions on the all-new Apache XC LT tracks. Basically, my first impression is you guys freaking nailed it. All the improvements have given us the best riding, best handling track on the market. Over the last 2 days, we've put them through every type of condition possible, and I can't be more pleased of how they performed. I can't wait to see more of them out on the trail.
Well, you heard the man. We nailed it. Best of all, the LT track kit also fits on Can-Am ATVs to give you more options and get you to more places. With the LT tracks, you get performance gains all around. Flotation, traction, ground clearance, obstacle crossing, steering grip, you name it. So, if you're the type who needs more, goes farther, and loves to push to the absolute edge, then consider going big and adding the Apache XCLT to your Can-Am ATV. And by the way, for our backcountry deep snow fanatics out there, don't worry. You'll still have all the fun and performance you're used to with our Backcountry and Backcountry LT track kits. They aren't going anywhere. And of course, there's more to discover right across the Can-Am accessory lineup. From new audio systems to awesome audio roof flip kits, link coolers, apparel, and more, it's all waiting for you to discover so you can load up and start living your best off-road adventure. And don't miss the What's New Can-Am accessory and apparel session for all the specs and the up-close at everything Can-Am is bringing to your favorite playground in 2025. Have a great season and see you out there.
Hey, Caro, when are you going to trade up to a 2025?
What's wrong with my 24?
The ride's okay, but you're riding?
What are you talking about my riding? Let's take this down the trail. What the hell on you are?
Hey! Are you guys coming or what? Is that a 25?
Yep.
Already. He's got a 25 too.
How's it got cold?
Perfect bash, se le forma. 2025.
Where's Craig?
You guys ready? Hey riders, you already know Skidoo snowmobiles are a different breed. Just like the people who ride them. We're always finding new ways to do winter, and whether you're looking for a rush of adrenaline, mind-blowing views, off-the-radar adventures, or all the above, that Skidoo feeling is always right there with you. You'll remember last year we unleashed a beast and kicked some serious butt on the trails with the launch of the 2024 Skidoo MXZ-XRS with competition package. It had all the goodies you dream of on a race-inspired trail sled. The Rotax 850 E-Tech Turbo R engine, featuring our revolutionary new water injection system, cranking out a full and true 180 horsepower, a 137-inch track option for extra aggressive trail riding, and even launch mode. Quite simply, the most ferocious and powerful two-stroke trail sled ever built, and the closest thing to a racing sled anywhere. Well, you know, close is never close enough for us. So we took some inspiration from our Skidoo racing team and did some more tinkering to try to take the race-inspired profile of the MXZ one step further for model year 25. Though it turned out to be a little more than tinkering. See, you've already got maximum power, the big KYB shocks, the awesome launch mode, so we possibly level up. Well, how about making sure you stay out front with a radically re-engineered new front end? Introducing the 2025 Skidoo MXZ, featuring all new RAS RX front suspension and the new Pilot RX. Custom engineered to perform on the gnarliest trails, now you can conquer every inch of the most challenging trail conditions with unbreakable confidence. The magic starts with race-inspired RAS RX front suspension. Fine-tuned for the most challenging trails,
to deliver more stability and predictability in the corners, more precise steering in the big bumps, and a boost of our already industry-leading suspension capacity to soften those hard hits even more. So let's get into the corners. For starters, we refined the geometry by making the ski leg taller. More height and more distance between the ball joints mean the roll center moves higher and closer to the center of gravity. We also moved up the lower shock mount, so now it doesn't have to work as hard to fight chassis roll. And we changed the sway bar linkage so that it starts doing its thing earlier when you're turning. That lets you stay focused on your line and more secure as you're heading into a turn. Altogether, these refinements add up to a jaw-dropping 20% reduction in chassis roll, giving you less ski lift to keep you flatter in turns and less chassis deflection when hitting bumps in the curves. Next, we tackle the steering precision, so you can have more fun hitting those monster bumps. Our engineers improved the stability of the front end by increasing ski trim. Yet another lesson we learned from our champion racers. Better straight line tracking and stability smooths out bumpy terrain, so riders get better feedback and less twitchiness for an all-around more controlled and confident ride. At the same time, we also increase the steering arm length to make turning easier and reduce rider fatigue. Now, I mentioned that our suspension capacity is already the best of the best. So how could we improve on that? Well, the answer is with a massive 11 inches of suspension travel for truly insane bump absorbing capacity. So naturally, that called for new A-arms, which are bent for chassis clearance. So now, whether you're heading into a curve or charging through choppy terrain, you'll stay firmly in control. Next, let's move on down to where our sled meets the snow. The new Pilot RX ski. From cruising cross-country to plowing through mashed potatoes, it offers incredible grip, awesome cornering, and confidence-boosting control. With a lateral surface area that's a full 60% larger than the Pilot X, the steering grip on the 2025 Pilot RX is top-notch. And that's a game changer when it comes to predictability in the curves, as well as for aggressive trail riding in loose snow. And if it's hard pack you're riding on, no problem. Totally new shape of the Pilot RX features a step keel design with a single runner in the center, so you can be as bold as you want with no sacrifice in the steering quality. Combined with the R-Motion X rear suspension, you can look forward to bottomless mogul filtering, superior trail performance with razor-sharp cornering stability and predictability, precise steering, and more suspension capacity in any condition. For a first-hand account of how all that plays out on the snow, let's check in with Kevin Bielke, editor of SnowTech magazine.
Easily the most predictable, best handling Skidoo I've ever been on. This front suspension is now what I would call a match to the R-Motion X rear suspension. You hop on it in the first few corners, okay, hey, this really works good. Can I trust it? We now have a machine that is extraordinarily able, more inspiring. So far, it's exceeding my expectations.
All right, thanks, Kevin. You'll find the new RAS RX front suspension on most of the MXZ line. But the killer combo of the new RAS RX front suspension and the new Pilot RX ski will be on MXZ spring-only packages for model year 25. So make sure you get your butt in the saddle of the ultimate racing-inspired sled before it takes off without it. Now, let's take a look at the Backcountry line. You know Backcountry as the true 50-50 performance crossover sled you can count on in deep powder to ripping through the trails without missing a beat. It's the benchmark of extreme crossovers capable of absorbing nasty moguls and trail chatter while being equally adept at carving up fresh powder. Platform. Now, we heard from some of our riders that they'd like to have a few more trail adventures with their backcountry. We might call them the 80-20 crew rather than the 50-50. So of course we listen, and our response is a new performance boosting 43-inch ski stance option on the Backcountry XRS for model year 25. This trail-focused package lets you tame the trails and head into the curves with awesome stability and capability, while also delivering great flotation and control when you're heading off the beaten path to go play in deep snow. But that's not the end of the story for Backcountry in 2025. You'll also find the new RAS RX front suspension and Pilot RX keys I just introduced in the MX on the 2025 Backcountry XRS with 43-inch ski stands as well. So you can count on all-around better performance in mixed snow conditions. And to really take that performance to the next level, we're excited to tell you that the XRS now comes loaded with the epic Rotax 850 E-Tech Turbo R engine, featuring our game-changing water injection system, cranking out the full-inch roof 180 horsepower at any altitude for non-stop high-level power from dawn to dusk. Skidoo Ambassador Charles Gagné to the 2025 Backcountry XRS out for a spin recently. Let's see how it went.
Woo! Oh.